Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man tabi'a sunnatahu ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of your series that talks about da'wah. Today we start to delve into methods and strategies of da'wah, ways that we can do it, methods of da'wah. So methods and strategies, just like many of the other concepts, brothers and sisters, are vital for effectively sharing the message of Islam with non-Muslims. So these techniques and these methods and these strategies can be tailored to suit different audiences and situations and contexts, depending as well where you are, the country you're in, etc. And this can make a big difference to both the delivery of how we do da'wah and the reception, how they receive the message from us. So first of all, there is the personalized approach. And this is the one-to-one conversations that you have with people. And this could be engaging individuals in private discussions, which allows for a tailored approach, addressing specific questions or concerns they may have about Islam. Also, understanding the background. A method is to understand their background. So you adapt the message based on the individual's cultural background, religious understanding, and personal experiences. As we mentioned in the previous episode, this is vital to understand where they're coming from before you give the da'wah as best as you can. You can also give da'wah through educational workshops and seminars, awareness workshops. So this could be through structured learning. You could organize workshops or seminars that cover the basics of Islam, that are geared towards non-Muslims or even new converts. And you can include question and answer sessions to address the common questions that non-Muslims ask. You could also have some interactive elements. So you could use multimedia presentations, handouts, group discussions to keep the audience engaged and to facilitate learning. You also have public speaking and lectures. So you have community events. Participate in dialogues with non-Muslims, public lectures, community gatherings where da'wah can reach a broader audience. For example, I'm based mostly in Dubai. We had in Ramadan what we called an Emirati iftar experience. We invite non-Muslims to come, hear about Ramadan, what is Ramadan, why do we fast, and there we get to address the fact that fasting is from the 5 pillars of Islam. And then we talk about the 5 pillars of Islam. So we are giving them da'wah to Tawheed through a very nice iftar event where they're coming, and when we break our fast, we join them to eat with us. Of course, we don't tell them break your fast because fasting is ibadah, and for this ibadah you have to be a Muslim. But we say to them, as we eat, breaking our fast, this will be for you, join us, have a dinner with us. And this is very, very effective. So you can create activities or events for the non-Muslims that are similar to this. Also, effective messaging. You can focus when you're doing so in delivering clear, concise, and engaging content or messages that highlight the core value and teachings of Islam. Digital da'wah, that is very important. Nowadays, social media, utilizing platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, to share Islamic content, stories, and educational videos. Now you may say to yourself, I'm not very knowledgeable in Islam. All of us can create a social media page and find reliable content and upload that. And who knows, some people you see, they started like that, now they have thousands and sometimes hundreds of thousands of followers. And all they do is reshare authentic Islamic knowledge for Muslims or even non-Muslims. And now and again you will hear someone says, I became Muslim because I watched this clip on YouTube or I saw this video on Instagram. Imagine the reward you're getting, even if you're just spreading the message of Islam and you don't know if the person becomes Muslim or nobody becomes Muslim, but they learn something about Islam. This is a great reward for you. So we need to utilize digital da'wah in today's day and age. It's very vital. As you see, everybody is pushing out all kind of sins and crazy stuff on social media. We need to combat that with khair. If the evilness, the shar is being spread, we as Muslims should be spreading that which is good, that which is khair, that which is guidance, that which is light. They are spreading darkness, we should be spreading light. They make 10 accounts for bad, haram things. We make 20 accounts for good, positive message of Islam to go out there. Again, you can also use website and blogs. Create a website or contribute to websites. Do some kind of blogs that provide accurate information about Islam. And they are designed to educate and dispel misconceptions. This is a very good way to do it, using this social media, using websites, using the social media platforms, something that we can all do. Even nowadays, website maybe is a bit more advanced. You have to be a web designer or maybe making designs, graphic designer, but we all can just make very easily Instagram accounts. If that's the only thing that we feel we're capable of doing, then do that. Don't say there's so many other people doing it. So what? Go and do it yourself. People, inshallah, will watch it. There's never enough good content there to go out. Also, you can distribute literature, pamphlets. So you have these small books or these leaflets. You can distribute them and they will explain the basics of Islam. And they'll answer common questions. And also they share information about how to learn more about Islam. And nowadays, in fact, these are very effective. The center I worked for in Dubai, the Islamic Information Center, they, over the last 5 years, have distributed over 20 million leaflets for non-Muslims in various languages, just in Dubai, just in the UAE. Imagine that. So this is something can be implemented by us. And like I said, always following the rules and regulations of where you're based, but you can also distribute these leaflets if it's allowed. But this is a really good way to give da'wah. Buy these leaflets. And you might not have to go onto the street. You may have some leaflets that when you're dealing with, you go into a restaurant, thank you very much, please, would you like this leaflet? You go to the petrol station, if you're in a country where there's non-Muslims, you go to a petrol station, hand them a leaflet. These are very easy techniques that can be used to give da'wah. Pamphlets are very, very useful. And nowadays, you can even create PDF pamphlets that can be shared through different platforms on social media. So this is some of the methods that we mentioned in today's episode. We'll continue in methods in the next episode, inshallah. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.